On the mic with Mike.
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 I'm on the mic with Mike. He's like a guru.
No, he's a businessman with a great radio show.
And he supports the nonprofits.
Watch his show and grow.
On the mic with Mike, the best business radio program in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic, Mike, the best business radio program around. I'm host Mike King. Appreciate you being here with us. So we are here. We are part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, 5 to 7 a.m. The Choice 105.3 every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. What we're doing is we're out there talking to game changers, people who believe that business can help society be better. We got a friend of the program back who's been with us before, but this time we're doing it in person. She is coming to us as part of the outstanding group Beacon Tree. Michelle Etheridge is here. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Could you step up a little bit?
There we go.
There we go. Got that radio voice. And welcome to the program. Alrighty, so give us an elevator pitch quickly of who Beacon Tree is, what you guys do, and then we're going to get into some of the cool things because you got your notes. You guys always have some really cool things that are happening out there. So give us an idea of Beacon Tree.
All right. So Beacon Tree is a nonprofit foundation who what we do as a board is advocate for families with children 21 and under in Virginia who are experiencing mental health or addiction issues related to their mental health. We help families pay for the doctor appointments or assessments, especially the assessments. And we make sure that these families are able to get in touch with the people they need to about getting all of the financial help they need, any of the mental health help, and we follow them as they continue to make sure that they are staying safe.
Alrighty, that's Mike. Melissa's here, and we're talking to them about Beacon Tree, all the great things that's happened. I'm going to call you Melissa.
Everybody, my last name's Etheridge. How do you not call me Melissa?
That is true. I bet you get that. All right, so I'm sorry. We are here. I that's a senior moment. I'm sorry. Alrighty, so you were talking about something that's near and dear to some folks' heart, but it scares other parents. We're talking about mental health status of young people, which really is hard because now all of a sudden families, this touches whole families.
Right.
This touches families, and you guys help folks navigate the system. And I know Tom, shout out to Tom, who's been out there who's been doing this a long time. And it's not just the medical side, it's also the financial that can be devastating for a family. Let's talk about when I see something that's happening with my child, what are the steps to take? What do I need to do?
So often parents don't know where to turn. They see that their child's starting to experience some mental health issues and they don't know what to do. They may call their family physician, but maybe they don't have one or they don't have the money to go. You can look on the Beacon Tree Foundation website, beacontree.org, and we help fund the Children's Mental Health Hospital call line. And you can call into that number and they will put you in touch with wherever they, after talking to you, they feel like you most need to be. That's something that's really important to us. We, especially right now during COVID, parents, we're getting a lot of calls. Parents are in need. They don't know where to turn. So that's what we're here for. We want to give money. There's never a reason a parent should have to choose between making the house payment or taking care of their child's mental health. And we want to make sure that you don't ever have to worry about that. Let us help you take care of your child when you can't.
So Beacon Tree is out there helping change the world. And how can people find Beacon Tree?
Beacontree.org. And we're also on Facebook, Beacon Tree Foundation. And then we have a new thing on Facebook called the Beacon Tree Mental Health Advocates. And that's where we ask for you to go. You join that page. It tells you everything we're doing, and it helps you to find things to help volunteer for us, or maybe it's to help us get some new donations when we're looking for that. So that's a great place to be. Join the Beacon Tree Foundation Mental Health Advocates on Facebook.
On the mic with Mike's here. Michelle's here. We are out here talking about mental health, young people. Ma'am, how are people doing now as opposed to, we're talking young people now today as opposed to say 6 months, 8 months ago? How are people doing in the streets?
It's still a struggle. The schools are back and forth, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, stay home. They are starting to do sports again. So that's helping with some kids being able to get back into a normal routine, but nothing is normal right now. There's a lot of parents who are lost to COVID. And so now you have a whole different thing with children who've lost their parents to COVID. And now that's a whole nother issue that they're experiencing with depression. This has been a hard 2 years for the young people, something that none of us have experienced.
Really?
And they've really, I think, have had to take the worst of it. And so we're seeing a lot of need in the Richmond area.
One of the things I always talk about, what we do here is On the Mic with Mike. We support nonprofits who sometimes people have never heard of. You guys are out there changing the world, but Beacon Tree needs help too. What is it that you guys need?
We are always looking for funding because, as we said, we're a nonprofit board. We don't get paid. And what we do are helping families financially. So really money is what we need. We do a lot of events where you get to do some really fun things, but the entry fees go directly into helping these families in Virginia. So just come and join us and do some really fun things. We have lots coming up this year.
Okay, now you can't come here and say you got lots coming up. You got to tell us what's happening. All righty, so what's coming up?
All right, March 12th, we have our very first March in March. It's at the Roundhouse at Bird Park.
You guys does Tom like that place?
Yes.
I think you guys have done things before, haven't you?
Well, we have a memorial garden at the Roundhouse.
Okay.
It's our Beacon Tree Memorial Garden. And what it is it's a beautiful place to go. You can kind of meditate. We have a brick memorial kind of walk around it that has bricks that families who have lost their children have donated.
Okay.
What we do not want to see is that whole circle of the garden filled with those bricks. We'd rather just brick it in with blank, empty bricks, because having those children's names on there is something we're trying to avoid.
That means something bad.
So yeah, we like a lot of events there. It's important to us for people to see how special this place is.
And that's the March in March.
So the March in March,
Pretty
March
cool name.
12th.
That's
It
a cool name.
starts at noon, and we're going to walk around Swan Lake, and we're going to have some fun things. We have, I think, 15 vendors already who've signed up. You'll get, for $35, you get a t-shirt, and you get some water, and you just get to hang out with us. We got so much going on. It's going to be a good time. And it's our first one, so we'll see how it goes. We're really looking for walkers. You can go to beacontree.org, and there's on the menu, you'll see March in March, and you can sign up there.
Already, that is Beacon Tree out there doing some really great things, because trying to hold it together. When families, the mental health aspect of it does not just affect one person. This affects families.
Yeah.
And like you said, to have the choice between taking money for necessities and getting your child assistance, that puts parents in a tough place.
Yeah. And that's what we're there to help. Again, as a parent myself with 3 children who've experienced mental health emergencies, the thought of that fear of, if I take my child to get this taken care of, the assessments can start around $1,200 to $3,000. So I don't know about you, but most parents don't have that.
No, they're
just
not
laying
sitting
around.
on that kind of money.
No. And so you have to make a decision, how do I pay my bills? But I need to get this kid some help. And I think parents often will say, well, they're doing really good this week, so we'll wait and see next month. And that's something we want to avoid. Let us help you get your child the care they need immediately.
One of Mike Michelle's here with us. We're talking young people with mental health, because like we say, sometimes letting it go does not help.
No, not at all.
Most of the time that doesn't help.
Sometimes, it is just a moment your child's having, but being better safe than sorry. We had a family call us this week. Their son took his life last week, and we put up a memorial fund for them in his honor. And it's just so painful. And those calls they really touch us, and we want to work even harder. That's why I'm here. Mike is amazing getting nonprofits on the air, and we just need all the help we can, because these calls just really hurt us, and it makes us work even harder.
One of the things that we talk about here is like the things that Beacon Tree needs help with. Like you say, funding is it, because during a tough time, you're able to navigate families. I remember Tom talking about families coming and looking for help and not knowing where to go.
Right.
You know, if a child has a broken arm or something like that, there's no shame, no stigma of going getting help.
Not at all.
It's only when we say, you know, it's like some mental issues, some things that they're counseling, that all of a sudden people want to get squirrely.
It's people are nervous. They don't want to be judged. They feel like their coworkers will judge them if they of themselves have some mental health issues or their children. It's starting to get better. Like I said, the funding, it's not just coming straight to us. We help pay for the Children's Mental Health Hospital emergency call line for mental health. So that's something we help fund. So any monies that are coming into us are 100% getting put out there for children's mental health.
So as a now you're putting the mom hat on right now, talking to other parents, what is it that you see in your kid that there may be something going on here, not just my kid is moody or whatever. We're living in a different time now. And people have always said, you know, these are different times now.
Yeah.
No, we're clearly a different
Always
times
a
now.
different time.
Yeah, but this one, the whole world got put on timeout
Right.
and it exposed some things. What does a parent need to do?
So, you know, during COVID, there was a lot of isolation, and obviously that was a struggle. Right now, what you're mostly looking for is something different that you see in your child. Are they not wanting to hang out with their friends? Are they wanting to isolate in their bedrooms? Are they acting out in a way that they've never acted out before? Are they getting angry? Are they more emotional? And it's hard to tell with teenagers. You know, we have a flyer that goes out during when I do some tabling events that says, how do you know the difference between a normal teenager reaction and when your child is experiencing mental health challenges? And honestly, it's almost the same thing. It's just little bits. And you as a parent are the only ones that are going to really see what that is.
All righty. So Mike is here. Michelle's here. She is with Beacon Tree. Shout out to her, Tom, Tom, and all the folks on their board. I'm sorry. All right. So explain to us what volunteers mean to you guys, because you guys are trying to make magic happen. Ain't nobody getting paid.
Nobody's
getting paid. And I always say changing the world is not cheap, easy, or free. So clearly your heart is taking you to Beacon Tree. Talk about what it means for you guys to have other folks out there who are out there helping you guys make magic happen.
Yeah. So let's say we're doing the March here. It takes a lot of people to put on these kind of events. You have to have people who are doing check-in, and you have to have people who are walking around getting other information out, or handing out water, or handing out shirts. And these are things where we're a very small board. So I think there's maybe 8 of us.
Want to give a shout out to your board members? We got to show them some
Yeah,
love. Let's do it.
So Tom Leahy is founder and director of
He's
Beacon
been
Tree
so
Foundation.
I met him, I don't know, 2016 or so, out there still talking the same thing.
Absolutely.
Beacon Tree, and I'd never heard of it. All right, so Tom is the chief cheerleader who's out there.
Yeah, I'm board president. And then our vice president is, oh gosh, we just changed that. And my name is, I think it's Candace Suarez. We have George Foreman, who is our secretary treasurer. We have Audrey Kidd, who is amazing, doing a lot of our event programs. She's working on volunteers. That's one of her things. She's great at getting that out there.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm drawing.
That's okay. You guys, so you'll be back to let us know. One of the things is, as you know now, when you get to be part of the family, part of the crew, you know, you show up and tell us what's happening out there with you. So really quickly, once again, how can people find the information for Beacon Tree?
Yeah, we're at beacontree.org, and on Facebook at Beacon Tree Foundation, and on Facebook as Beacon Tree Mental Health Advocates. But I want to do one more shout out to
we ain't done
Sonia
yet.
Allen.
Okay, Sonia Allen.
She's on our board, but
Okay.
she's also head of the Healing Connector, which you can find on the south side of the river right now. It's moving toward the other side soon. But what she does is she puts people in touch with how to get help here around the Richmond area. And we help pay for her publication, and she is amazing. You should get her on your show.
Well, that's why you're here, to make it happen. It's called the Healing Connection.
The Healing Connector, and you can get it at like your local Wawas, I think at the Food Lions, in
Really?
their magazine stands outside the doors. It's a great thing to have and have in your car, in your home, where you can know immediately where to look for help for your children, for yourself. It's great.
Alrighty, so Mike's here, Michelle's here. We got to go ahead and pay bills, like I always say. Microphone ain't free, plus my grandkids need stuff. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Chef Michelle here.
Radio program in RVA. It can be heard on the Mike King Biz Radio Network on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM and The Choice 105.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Roby Martin with CBS 6 Eat It Virginia, and I was just on the mic with Mike. Me, Mike, Marcy, talking about all things Richmond. Tune in, man, tune in!
Michael Mikes. From the Michael Mikes. Michael Mikes. My name is Isabella, and you're listening to Mike King Biz. Hubby, that's my scam.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with me. The sounds you're listening to are emanating from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business, otherwise known as the ESPN Studios here in Richmond. I'm here with Michelle. She is of Beacon Tree fame. They're out there really making magic happen with young people, mental health, and ways to, I guess, diagnose it, help it, as well as far as families as well, trying to navigate the system. Okay, so you have the March in March coming up. What else you have going on?
So April 29th, we have our Trees of Hope, which is our main
That's
mental
your big
health.
event.
Yeah, that's our big event. It's our main mental health awareness event. And what we do is we try to find a lot of youth who will do maybe some singing or whatever it is they want to do, is dancing, whatever they want to do to show off their talent. But we like to have some youth, especially those who've experienced mental health, if they want to share with us.
And when is that?
That is April 29th. And this year we're going to really change it up. We're having it at the James River Winery Pavilion
Okay.
in Ashland.
And what time of day is that?
That's going to be in the evening. I believe it starts at 6 p.m. and that will be on our website shortly.
And so do you have things like live auctions? That's your fundraiser. Is that what that is, or that's just a celebration?
Not for the Trees of Hope. For the
Okay.
Trees of Hope, it's not one of the kind of things that we would do, the auctions. We may or may not change some things up this year, but right now we haven't finalized the whole thing.
Okay.
But for every donation that goes to the Trees of Hope, we'll put a candle at the event. And so for every $5, a candle will show. And what we're trying to do is light up Richmond. We're trying to be a beacon of light in Richmond for mental health awareness.
All right, that is Michelle. She's out there with Beacon Tree. Shout out to her, as well as Tom Leahy. Those guys are really doing some big things. Make sure you guys support them and all the great things that they're doing. I mean, these are some tough times. We are definitely coming through a period where mental health is an issue. So parents are out there, they see their kid needing help. And the idea of what they should do is contact you guys.
Go to beacontree.org. Your family physician or your counselor or psychiatrist knows how to get in touch with us. If not, just tell them about Beacon Tree and they'll find us and they can fill out the proper information to get funding to help your child.
What is something that you would think? So a lot of times parents show up, and a lot of times people don't want to talk about things they don't know. What's something that you guys see on the regular that parents are shocked when they find out, or thing you hear a common theme on a regular basis when people contact Beacon Tree?
Unfortunately, when people contact us, it's because an event has already happened. Maybe they found their child's a note or something
Okay.
about it, something from their child that says, or maybe they've said how they plan on taking their lives, or a friend told the parents. But what we find out is most parents had no clue, because common teenage activity is a little bit, they don't want to be with you. They want to hang out with you. They kind of isolate themselves anyway. That kind of behavior is so similar to mental health challenges that it's hard to detect. And you can't blame a parent for not seeing it. It's often very hidden in normal behavior. So, if you just feel something's off, it never hurts to get your child checked out.
one of Mike. Michelle's here. She's with Beacon Tree. We're out here really trying to make magic happen. So, folks, if you want to support them, and which you really should, I would say, make sure you contact Beacon Tree with all the great things that they're doing to help families out here. Like I said, when a person picks up the phone or contacts you guys, they're in dire straits a lot of times.
Usually.
A lot of times they have gone past there's a little concern. The wheels have fallen off and they're really trying to get help. And you guys are providing the help for them. Once again, that's Beacon Tree.
beacontree.org.
Already. And the march in March.
The Trees of Hope, April 29th. And then we have a golf tournament on October 12th at Venatera Golf Course. That is on our website. And we're always looking for sponsors and golfers. That helps out. Again, all of that goes toward helping these families.
One of Mike ESPN Richmond, that's where you find as part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network. Michelle, as well as Beacon Tree, are really doing some great things. So support them. Also, the lady from The Connection, what is it again?
Oh, Sonia Allen with Healing Connector.
All right, we're going to have her on this because that's what we do around here. We bring you the best and the brightest. You can hear us every day, ESPN Richmond 5 to 7. Mike King Biz Radio is a hashtag, as well as On the Mic with Mike RVA. We're talking to the people out there who are making a difference in the community. As I'm getting the wrap up, we got to go. Take care, folks.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.